Aye? Gladly.
But they're still out there. Will no one help me?
Perhaps in a day or two. Prince Haruihi enjoys wild tales.
Well now, if there were any man here worthy of a grand reception. The guards here will not listen. Will you, sir? Myself, I am no lord save upon the deck of my ship. And she is lost. I lost my crew, all but myself and the bosun, yet nobody will listen. Not the Queen, nor the trading companies. Too busy waging war upon each other to pay mind to a rudderless captain. They don't understand. It's not just me. What lies out there, it'll swallow us all up if it isn't stopped. It were unnatural. The Antelope were a fine ship, and we sailed her out east, out of Kahanga waters and into the great wet country. Bright sky and a good wind, until the fog came. We were boarded before we knew it. Men, things like men that howled like demons. They cut down half my crew, took the rest. Gods forgive me, but if I'd stayed to look on, I'd never have made it to the launch. But we saw it. After the fog cleared and the ship was gone, a spit of land, bristling with the wreckage of other unfortunates. A finer crew I'll not find than that which served upon the Antelope. All dragged into the fog, like the gods plucked them off the deck. Aye, I'll not forget it so long as I live. I am a landlocked wretch with no ship and no crew. But you are a captain of bold repute, and the day may come you sail out to that same isle, with beached ships all around. You have listened well. Here, go you now prepared. And should you ever come upon my crew, do what you can for them.
There is no end to the horrors of the Deadfire. Though we have no reason to seek such a place out, I am confident you will take me there eventually, Watcher.
You find yourself in cold, suffocating darkness. There is a familiar weight in your hand. A lantern. It sputters to life, and the world shifts into focus. A staircase spirals endlessly below you. With nowhere else to go, you start down. On every landing stands a door, each one stranger than the last. Some are clear, made from glass or Audra. Others still are locked with chains and bars, or stand ajar, spilling inky gloom across the steps at your feet. You hear the ringing of a small bell far above you. It is joined by another, then another. The ringing rushes down the staircase with all the strength of a river. Your lantern sputters out and you are carried down into the dark. The torrent deposits you in front of an open door carved in the constellations of Aora. Each star indicated by a small golden stud. You step inside. A wave of blistering heat hits you. Then a sea salt wind. Divine voices boom and screech. Their words shake the platform beneath you, shake the very air around you. The gods are fighting.
Lay your blame elsewhere, Wodica. I won't suffer your arguments any longer.
Mogren looms large before you, an accusing finger leveled at the melted visage of Wodica. Wodica screws her mouth into a sneer.
You fool! If only we had attacked him when I first proposed it.
Accusations drip bitter as bile from her tongue.
You would dare interrupt me?
Wodica extends a hand, looking for a moment like she intends to swat you from the platform. But the pallid knight gives her a long, impassive look, and at last, she jerks her hand away. The pallid knight looks down at you, a frown etched deep in her otherwise statue-still features.
I am afraid we are not at our best.
The Watchers returned. Perhaps we should hear what he has to say.
Helia's birds chatter anxiously among themselves. Wal's many eyes alight on each god in turn.
We make little enough progress on our own.
They say, a wry smile contorting their alien features.
We try, but agreement eludes us.
Andra's storm-dark eyes swivel to meet yours.
Is there nothing we can do?
Mogren glances at the pallid knight from the corner of her eye. After a thoughtful pause, she speaks.
The time has come for us to seize the power we have long left untouched, and absorb our scattered children.
Andra nods, her lure bobbing bright.
Terrible though it would be, perhaps you are right.
I did, and I was scolded like a child for my terrible audacity.
A curl of steam rises from her nose. The pallid knight looks on, impassive.
Should we be killed in our god forms, we can possess you, our godlike children. Or should we face a force too powerful to stand against, we can absorb your souls, granting us additional strength. You, Helia's wayward daughter, Andra's precious son, and thousands of others. Yes, you would all die.
The pallid knight speaks with the chilly temperance possessed only by the god of death.
But the time for that plan has long passed us by.
Are we to keep nothing for ourselves? Not a single secret retained? Not a solitary mystery?
Mogren elbows one of Wal's floating eyes away.
Aethys will lay bare our every secret soon enough. What is one or two revealed now? But we get ahead of ourselves. First, the Watcher must get to Ukaizo, and that will be a trial all its own.
Mogren smiles.
And more are yet to come.
The Guardian of Ukaizo has stood watch over that place for millennia. It will not stand aside, not even for Bareth's herald.
Helia, who had been lost in quiet, anxious conversation with her birds, breaks in.
It yet lives.
Of course. Our progenitors crafted it.
A pair of Helia's finches come to join WoW's floating eye. They hover just out of Mogren's reach and swoop in to poke her when she's not looking.
And the Watcher will be forced to reckon with it if he wishes to confront Aethys.
The birds at last linger too long, and Mogren slaps them away. They burst into a cloud of essence, then reform, and fly in a screeching chorus back to Helia.
A creature crafted by the Ingwithans to protect the machinery of reincarnation. It doesn't care much for visitors.
Will you divulge our every secret to the Kith, Mogren?
Mogren shrugs.
If it suits me.
Go prepared, Watcher. The Guardian will not stand aside, not even for the Herald of Bareth.
It is not one of Galawain's mindless beasts. It has a heart and a mind, and it will throw neither away to oppose Aethys. And Aethys will not fight the creature. It would prove little more than a distraction for him, especially as my tsunami and Mogren's volcano couldn't stop him.
There is another topic we have yet to address.
The Pallid Knight holds up one gauntleted hand, and the other gods fall silent.
Tell me, Watcher, where do you stand? What do you think of Aethys' scheme to destroy the wheel?
Perhaps you misunderstand. This is not a test you will overcome on your own. Aethys intends to change the fundamental structure of life and death. Does that not frighten you? You, Kith, who are most vulnerable.
Aethys loves the mortals more than any of us. He has always been their greatest champion. He believes Kith will rise to his challenge. I am not so sure, but I look forward to watching them try.
What if Aethys is right, and Kith succeed in rebuilding the wheel? What then?
Such hubris. Kith will make a mess of things. You cannot help yourselves. You must be controlled, lest you stray and fail.
And what if they fail?
Then they die. And so do we.
We have to help them.
Helia's voice rises, near to panic. Worika drives her fist into her hand.
Help them! We should finally bring them to heel!
The Pallid Knight raises a hand and stares at Worika until she falls silent.
Watcher, Aethys yet values your counsel.
The Pallid Knight's eyes bore into yours.
An impassioned plea from the Hound of Aethys may still temper his actions. Confront him at Ukaizo. The future of Kith and the gods rests on your shoulders, Watcher, so I hope that you do.
The Pallid Knight's stern countenance softens.
Time moves swiftly away from us now.
The Pallid Knight spreads her hands before her.
Go, Watcher. Do what you must.
The edges of your vision begin to dim. Like a sun setting, twilight encroaches on your mind. The Pallid Knight conjures a blinding white light in her palm that swiftly grows to engulf the room. Then, the crack of thunder rends the air, and you feel the floor drop out beneath you. You come to flat on your back, staring at an all-too-familiar ceiling. Alone, once again.
A moment of your time, Watcher, if you will. Some of the hands discovered an unusual crate in the ship's hold. It is roughly a yard to a side and labeled beans. The hands who noticed it were tasked by the cook to bring up ingredients for the evening's stew. Unfortunately, the ship lacks the defensive fortifications of Cadnua. A crate could have been slipped aboard at any of our ports of call, assuming it wasn't placed among our goods as we took on supplies. It is roughly a yard to a side and The hand left the crate in the hold if you wish to examine it.
Watcher, tell me what's on your mind? Not a what? I never knew no need to fit. You know where to find me if you...
Captain Parpitos never said a hard word as we sail all our troubles away. Hold fast to the helm, hold fast to the wind. Heave-ho, Incidente. On God's grace, so will all be as we sail down the dead fire way. We've gone a long way, left our loves behind. Heave-ho, Incidente. It caused me a sorrow most profound while crossing down the dead fire way. Hold fast to the helm, hold fast to the wind. Heave-ho, Incidente. On God's grace, so will all be as we sail down the dead fire way. They say in dead by the luminous grows. Heave-ho,
can do.
How may I help? I shall deal with this one.
Let's go.
As one.
Sure. I've got it.
Smells like a pig pen, if all the hogs were dead.
You sure? How may I help? I shall.
What is this place?
Looks like we have someone in town. Well, hello there. Guessing you just came in. Always happy to see new faces. We're a long ways from everywhere, and not many folk are so keen to risk the voyage. You're just in time for the harvest. Help yourself to some ale while you're waiting. Zuka ought to be here soon with the day's catch.
Psst. You there! Are you up here?
Just arrived. I'll wager you the first.
Good, good. I thought for sure you'd wander off. Get yourself into trouble. I'm Copperhead. That's what they call me. Friendly nicknames. You know how it is. Oh, yeah. I know you're different from the others. I can see it. Oh, right. Have a look. But not you, eh? You stick out like a cat in a kennel. It's not safe here. Not where everyone's looking, listening. I have a house, out on the outskirts. They don't mind me keeping to myself. We can talk there. Look out for the ones in charge. Them with the staffs. They spy you, things will get bad in a hurry. Zulka, especially she. I have to go.
Menzago has brought you a feast, my friends. Livestock and game. Tonight, we eat well. Copperhead, you are not staying for the celebration?
Not today, Zulka. I've had my fill, really. Another mouthful and I'll split down the seams.
I'll see what I can find.
Trouble up ahead. good you're here. Over here. Over here. Mind your step. I've collected things. Spent years collecting. I've always been curious. There are so many ships out there on the reef. I could dive down, see what I found. It was beautiful down there. 100 stories, and I read them piece by piece. Nothing like the helmet. And nothing's been the same since the helmet. I put it on. I get glimpses of what this place really is. A ship's graveyard, teeming with the dead. The not dead. They're still alive. Yeah, well, the dream only works on folk what have this symbol on their heads. I didn't see it till I got the helmet on. And all of us, dead, or something like it, feeding off the living to stay alive a little longer. No, it were a shock, I'll tell you true. Maybe I did go a little mad, just a little. I can't see as to what we've been charmed for, but I know it's got something to do with the crypt. That's where Mentzago is, the man in charge of this place, and where Lucia Ravan's old keep used to be. Anytime new settlers turn up, they come out of that place. When they start to lose their senses, get too hungry, that's where they get taken. The strongest get fed to Mentzago's most loyal servants, the Protectors. The rest of the kith, they bleed slow in the tavern. Once in a while, the Protectors treat us to a whole body. Point is, whatever they're doing to keep us living in this little fantasy, it's got to be in there somewhere. I don't know the ship, but Ravan's supposed to be some great captain. She founded this place, made it what it is now. Hold on, you can't just walk on in. It's guarded. Really, really well guarded. Haven't got much choice there, have I? But, well, good luck. I'll wait for you. And if they put a rune on your head, I promise I'll try and find a way to fix you.
Take him down! That's it! I shall deal with this one.
Yes.
I'm here.
No, I cannot do that.
That's right. We're off.
I'm good at stuff.
Folks battle.
May I be a candle in the night. Let's go. Beyond. Got it. Hey, that wasn't that bad. Beyond. Beyond seek.
Feels like wading through mud up to my armpit.
Watch your fire.
Let's go.
Reap birth awaits me.
Get it. Take him. Yes?